Hello, a very warm good evening to you all. This is Gautam from Gulf News. We have once again joined at the end of a very gripping IPL match at the straight bat discussion with Mr. Anis Sajan, Mr. Cricket UAE. Unfortunately, he's not us right now. It's a Friday, but he will be joining with us anytime soon. With me, I've got AK Satish, my colleague, who had been down there to cover the match. And we have got an ardent fan of Punjab Kings in Aru. I mean, it's one of the rare days when he's trying to suppress his chuckle. So my first question straight to Satish is, Satish, where did Kolkata Knight Riders get the plot wrong? Were they around 20-25 runs short on this kind of a wicket?
Yeah, the last 5 overs of the 6 overs, Punjab played a very smart cricket and they pegged the batting back. And what has also happened is the form or the lack of form of Owen Morgan and Dinesh Karthik did not help Kolkata's cause. So they couldn't get the force that was required. It was after Rana's exit, I think probably there was only 1 4 or maybe there was none until the end of the innings. So you can't have, that means between the 17th over or the 18th over, last 2 overs, you did not get a single 4. Then that means you are short by, say, at least even 10 to 12 runs at least, minimal, I'm talking about. So it was getting a little slower as the game progressed because the dew set in and then the wicket was slightly slower. But I think due credit to KL Rahul for reading the wicket quite well, and both the medium pacers, Shami and Ashdeep, bowling at the right areas, not giving the batsman any chance to play their shots. Dinesh Karthik changed his bat, but I don't think it mattered much because he couldn't get the timing and he couldn't get the ball to the fence. So that was the key. Maybe another 15 runs. As we saw, it was only about 4 balls that was remaining, and anything could have happened if there was another 15-20 runs, maybe maximum.
Right. Yeah. Arun, what's your take on this win was very much necessary because now again there is a bit of a jam, and KKR has also become part of a jam by losing this match. So what do you think? I mean, you've just got 2 games left after this, 2 or 3?
Yeah, two games.
Two games.
Two games, yeah. So what do you think about your team's chances are?
Actually, this game gave us a good start actually, because if this was not in our favor, we would have lose this chance to be in the IPL. We would have got out of the IPL. But winning this game not only gave us a chance to be in the playoffs, like a chance I'm telling, but also it gave confidence to our players so that they may get along. And as per me, why we won, I don't understand such a great score. It was such a great score to defeat, but still we have won because KL Rahul was in form today. You could have seen his score. It was 60, 70 around.
Right.
Plus
67.
SRK also. Yeah. Plus 67.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus SRK also. He also was he also gave a good competition to the KKR, Kolkata.
Right. I'll go back to Satish again. Satish, this Venkatesh Iyer, I mean, this guy seems to be playing like, the lead batsman of any team who would play. I mean, he can play at top gear, second gear. I mean, so what do you make of his maturity? He's basically a product of domestic cricket. So Absolutely. What do you make of his maturity and where do you see him going from here?
I think right now the form is in or the confidence that he has got, he could do no wrong. The way he is playing some of the shots, it was a top class. Naturally, the left-hander grace is always there, but it was a top class knock. The cover drives where he could pierce the field, and some of the shots were so powerful. And he does it with minimal effort, and he's got a very, very smart brain as well. He could, when he can't hit, he'll rotate the swingle. So he played a very, very calculated knock, which actually set the tone for Rahul to follow in his footsteps, basically. Rahul is a smart character as well. So he also read the wicket well, and he realized that a long partnership or long somebody has to stay there for a long time. That was the reason why he stayed for a long time, and whereas Venkatesh Iyer, when he left, it opened up a gap there.
Yeah, amazing. And he's such an utility cricketer that, I'm sure, in this coming mega auction, he will be quite a hot property, because we don't know how many of them each team can retain.
Correct.
Anyway,
In fact, Gautam,
yes,
I also feel like the players like Venkatesh Iyer and these guys, they or Ashdeep for that matter, I think they have all missed a chance to be part of this World Cup team. Maybe I'm just they have not much experience, but maybe they could have been inducted in some way where with this form they could do better, because some of the players who are there already are not in good form at this point of time, if you look at.
Yes, I mean, see that talk is going on. I mean, you still have October 10 as a cutoff date, but
Correct.
it will be interesting to see. I mean, if you finally really change anybody just for form. I don't remember this kind of a thing happening.
True.
Anyway,
true.
before we wrap up, I mean, like
No,
tomorrow.
but I also need to talk about one second. I also need to
Yes.
talk about how this Punjab victory has done two things. One, as we talked about the logjam, Delhi Capitals have now booked their place in the playoffs because they have got 16 points now. And
Yes.
in case if Bangalore wins their next game and come to 16 points, then there will be three teams fighting for a single slot. That makes it much, much more interesting.
Right. Okay, fine. So, another set of double headers coming up tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow the intriguing one is going to be in Sharjah, which is a day game. I mean, that is the Delhi versus Mumbai game. This used to be a cracker of a game all time. And of course, Mumbai, after coming back with that win where, Hardik Pandya and Kieran Pollard found themselves among the runs, Mumbai knows how to put they're in the fifth position. They were before this game. So that game is
still there, I think.
That game is there. And then you've got the second game between Rajasthan and
Chennai.
Chennai, right? Yeah. Now Chennai, there is very little there is nothing at stake. In fact, I mean, they can try
New
some
places.
new places. Yes.
Correct.
Now, first game, Satish, I want your take. How do you see it panning out?
This is Mumbai versus Delhi.
Delhi in Sharjah. That's a critical angle there.
I think this is it is because Delhi has already booked their spot in the playoffs. So it is for Mumbai to win. So they must be under slightly increased pressure. But going by the last game, I think they are slowly getting into the rhythm. If they maintain the same way they have been playing, I think it'll be a closer game than what it feels like, or it would have been a couple of weeks ago. Right. I would still go with Mumbai winning, because they are literally a kind of a must-win clash. It is for them, because otherwise they will be out of the reckoning mostly. So it is of course, I think Mumbai has played only 11. It is a 12th game. Still, they have 2 games which they can come up with 14 points. But
yes, they're actually there. I mean, they like the cat has 9 lives. I mean, Mumbai has done it. Mumbai has done it in the past.
Mumbai, CSK, both are masters at it.
Right. And one last thing from you. I mean, Chennai, what do you think they should be looking at this game? I mean, where they can try, and because they don't believe in experimentations. But having said that, are there any areas where they can look to try, X or a Y and see?
Certainly, Gautam. The Bangalore all-rounder, I'm forgetting name. He is part of the Gautam.
Gautam, yeah. Krishnappa Gautam you're talking.
Krishnappa Gautam, Gautam. Gautam has not played. He is one of the highest purchases for CSK. Maybe they can bring him in tomorrow. Similarly, Sam Curran can get a longer rope, because CSK's booked the slot almost 3 matches ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
Aru, a quick word from you. Tomorrow's winners: Delhi versus Mumbai and CSK versus Rajasthan.
See, basically, it is very clear right now that Delhi versus Mumbai, Delhi will win the match. But it doesn't make it interesting. If Mumbai wins, it will be an interesting, because the other teams will get chances and there will be a lot of predictions around there. If Delhi wins, there will be no prediction. Right away, the
They're there.
slot is filled with.
They're anyway there. Yeah. Right.
Similarly, Chennai also. If Chennai wins, it is nothing new happening. It is well said from the start, as Mr. Sadish said. Chennai has made its place before 3 match itself. In the previous 3 match only, it has made its spot there. It has got 16 points, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah,
think
Chennai has 18 points.
Yeah, Chennai has 18 points. Yeah.
18 points. Yeah.
Yeah. So if Chennai wins, there will be no interesting. Like I am in favor of Chennai, but I really believe that the opposite team should win. Like in Delhi versus Mumbai, I think Mumbai should win.
Yeah, Mumbai.
As per the performance also.
Definitely, it opens up. The Chennai game, Rajasthan, possibly
the chances are slim. The chances are very, very slim.
As we call it playing for pride. But Chennai always likes to keep the winning habit. So my take would be in the first game in Sharjah, and with the kind of spin attack that Delhi has at their disposal, I would say Delhi. And the second game, I see it's difficult for Rajasthan to really put it across Chennai. Chennai are not going to, with Dhoni around, Chennai are not going to let their foot off the pedal with another week of 2 games, and then you get into the playoffs. So it's not the right time to lose the momentum.
Also,
anyway, that's it for tonight. We missed Mr. Anis Sajan in the discussion. Sure, we are going to catch up with him tomorrow. Thank you, Satish. Thank you,
Thank you, Gautam. Thank you, Arun. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.